A good manicure is always nice, but is it worth infection? There is this trend of the Russian manicure going around TikTok and social media, and some women are going into nail salons that are not qualified to do these and literally cutting off their eponychium, the cuticle, the part of the nail that prevents you from having diseases and pathogens get in under your skin and causing infection. Yeah. Some people have literally lost their nails. And this trend is becoming more and more popular and getting more and more views every day. Let me just say, this makes me scared. I can handle a bunch of stuff. I can handle blood, I can handle trauma, I can handle surgery stuff, I can handle fluids, but eye stuff, oh, and nail stuff, this gets me. Oh my God. I'm sorry, this makes my skin crawl. I'm waiting for it to like bleed. That is terrible. Oh my God, stop. Oh, this one is painful. Oh my God, no. Let's talk about what this Russian manicure is and why people love it. It's apparently called a Russian manicure because people say that it originates from Russia, or people from Russia and Belarus and areas like that are really good at doing this sort of nail technique. And it's essentially removing the cuticle completely, which we should not do, and painting the nail with a sort of thick gel. It's not a regular polish that could run in underneath that now removed cuticle, but it is this thicker like gel that apparently lasts longer. And because people have removed that cuticle, apparently they're saying it looks cleaner, it looks better, and it lasts longer.
I just got done with my Russian manicure and I am literally obsessed. My nails have never looked this good in my entire life. You could literally take a picture of my nails and put it on Pinterest.
Now, I'm sorry. When was the last time you noticed somebody else's cuticles? When was the last time you were staring at someone and you were like, cuticles? I don't know about you, but I don't go around judging people for their cuticles or myself. I actually use press-ons. If you think that these nails look nice, press-ons, baby. Pack of 30 for 10 bucks. I love these. They're from Dashing Diva and I can make them last 2 weeks. Well, the Russian manicure has taken over, especially because of TikTok videos that have said, you wonder why your hands don't look like the Pinterest girlies? It's because you don't get this technique. Here's the problem. With this Russian manicure, it is more of a dry manicure where they're literally buffing off part of the nail. They're removing this cuticle, which is the protective part of the nail, and then they are repainting it, and there's basically no water used for this entire process. And when it's done properly, when the person wears gloves, when they're only using dry techniques and not using water, because water can literally, spread bacteria. Bacteria grows in water all the time. And they're only using the right products, we can mitigate the risk, but at the end of the day, people are still removing their nails' natural protective mechanisms. And let's talk about that through nail anatomy. The nail that we actually see is the nail plate, and it grows from this matrix, which if you've ever wondered how your nail grows, it literally grows from like inside your finger. And as that nail grows out, that nail plate goes forward, it has to pass by the cuticle. Once that nail gets long enough, it protrudes off the edge. It's called the free edge, which is that nail that you can cut. Remember that nails are just made up of dead protein, which is why it doesn't hurt to trim them, just the way it doesn't hurt to cut our hair or exfoliate our skin. And the hyponychium is the skin underneath the free edge of the nail that can sometimes actually get stuck to the free edge of the nail for certain people, and it can be pretty painful. Well, this eponychium and this proximal nail fold are very, very important. This is essentially the cuticle. And you've probably seen some nail salons remove it or some push it back. But essentially what this is, it's a little protective flap that prevents dirt and bacteria and pathogens from getting underneath your nail into your body. Could you imagine being a caveman or a cavewoman, a cave person digging through the dirt and you don't have a cuticle? All that dirt and the bugs in it and the viruses and the fungi would get up underneath that skin where the nail plate is, and it could infect your entire fingers. I mean, we wouldn't go injecting dirt into our arms, would we? Now, while this isn't exactly the same as injecting dirt into our arm, you can see where it kind of gets a little bit close. And unfortunately, some people have had horrible, major reactions from removing their cuticles. And even, oh my God, when I watch some of these videos, it just makes me cringe. I'm fine with nail stuff, but like eye stuff and like cuticle stuff, I don't know, it gets me. I've lost a toenail before, that was fine. But seeing people remove their cuticles, when I tell you this gives me the EBGBs like nothing else, I don't know why this is a pet peeve of mine. Well, unfortunately, this can lead to the obvious things like infection, which causes redness and swelling to this place, but you could actually end up losing your nail. And if you lose your nail, it doesn't always grow back. Not to mention, it's rare, but some people could literally lose their entire fingers. Now, is this something that you should be afraid of or you should be concerned about? If you really want the look and you want it to last longer, there's not as much harm in asking your nail technician to just push that cuticle back so that it's pushed but not cut. Now, if you are going to cut the cuticle for whatever reason, make sure that they're using clean tools. Make sure that these are soaked in barbicide or an EPA registered disinfectant. Make sure that they're not putting water on there, and make sure that things are clean. Also, make sure that whatever color or nail lacquer they're putting on doesn't seep underneath that fold, because that could actually cause a lot of irritation as well. I totally get the desire to want to have these nice Pinterest looking hands, but seeing how quickly people are jumping on the bandwagon is scary. And what's even scarier is some of the first-hand accounts that people have shared online. For example, when trends become more popular, some people just rush to provide those services. If it's a true Russian manicure where it's kind of a dry manicure, it's done with gloves, as sterile as possible way, okay. But what happens when someone goes into a nail salon and says, I want a Russian manicure, and it's not someone who's versed in that, and they're using water. They're just cutting the cuticle super short. They're not putting on the right nail lacquer. A lot of things can go wrong really quick, especially because they're not even following the same protocol or doing the same technique. They're just saying they can do it because it looks the same and billing you for it. Now, there's also this very interesting trend in China going on right now where women are actually dyeing their knuckles. I was kind of shocked when I saw this and I didn't think it was real, but I ended up going on some forums and found out that yeah, this is like actually a thing. Just the way some people are getting buccal fat removal and want hollowed out cheeks, and some people are painting dark under eyes onto their eyes with makeup to look like they're tired and exhausted. Girl, I don't need that. I already got it. Okay. But some people are actually using lip and cheek tints to dye their knuckles to make their skin look more pale and to look more fragile and emaciated, which is very interesting. All of these nail trends that are happening, as someone who doesn't stay up to date with the nail trend stuff, they're just very confusing for me. And again, I am the girly who uses the press-ons. I haven't gotten a real manicure on my fingers in probably, gosh, years. And if you notice, I just swap them off. I'll take them off for treatments and I'll put the long ones on. I get mine from Dashing Diva. I love them. And I'm sorry, when these exist, there's Indian food under my nail on this one, so don't look at this hand. But when nails like these exist, for literally 30 nails for $10, why are we going to pay $50 to $100 for these manicures that could potentially cause us to lose a nail? I get the desire to want to try a new trend and like it looks really good, but like the girl math is not girl mathing when you look at the two options, okay? I would love to know what you think of this. Is this something you would ever try? And for those who have maybe gotten it, how did you find someone that was good? Did you ever have a negative experience? And to the nail technicians or the fellow medical professionals in the chat, how do you feel about this technique? Is it a technique that's like super exciting or does it raise a ton of red flags for you? I can't wait for the comments on this one. And if this didn't scare you, this is also happening in the world right now. So this might, this might. Well, always remember to be beautiful both inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you in the comments and in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.